Hello, Minecrafters. Nonsanity here with day 5, episode 5 of my Modsauce Let's Play series. Alright, today we're going to do some projects. I've got a bunch laid out here. Not sure which one I'm going to do first, but let me show you a few changes I've made around the place since the last episode. I took out the heat generator and made a really big pit here with a power cable coming into it. You might be able to guess, if you know the mod pack, what I'm going to do here. But that's going to have to come a little later. Another thing we're going to do is get our applied energistics going. And that'll probably be the first thing we do here. And we'll get our inscribers set up. This is what this is what we were searching for the last episode, these presses. And I made the inscribers. I also made a Steve's factory manager and some inventory cable to go with it. But we'll come back to that in a little bit. I also want to get some mob farming going on. So I've got some pieces here. And downstairs, well, first, I set up some raspberry bushes and all the essence berries I've found with a farming station. And it's doing pretty good with those essence berries, that's for sure. I've already taken out some of the regular berries and put them in my feeding bag. The raspberries work better in the feeding bag because the bag will feed you. This is a adjustable bag from Better Chests mod. I gave it the feeding upgrade. And it will automatically feed you when your health drops. But if it's a steak, which gives you, I don't know, what, 4 health pieces back, it will only feed you once you're down by 4 health pieces, or hunger pieces. And you're not healing unless you're full. So what you want to put in there is a food that only has a half a bar of health that it returns. And that's what the raspberries do. The apples are like 1.5 or something like that. So they were okay, but the raspberries are even better. You go through them a little faster, but they're saturating, so they tend to last. And this will get me as many as I'll ever need once this has been going for a while. It'll need to have a better power source. I put a whole stack of coal blocks in here to make it keep going for a while. And that's producing just slightly more than it needs to run. But yeah, it's not going to run forever. I'll have to come back to that later. Here's my door to the portal to the nether. Just keep doors on it so that any pigmen that come out, and there have been pigmen coming out, that they can't wander around the base. Now here's where we're going to be doing our first mob spawner. I've already laid out the room. Let's go in here. This block is where our spawner will go. We're going to start off with just the blaze spawner, the natural vanilla-ish blaze spawner that we found in the dungeon, not the stronghold. It was the dungeon, the tower dungeon. I forget what mod that is, but it has a tower on the surface and it's a dungeon underneath, the tower dungeon. And you put it here, and there will be conveyor belts on this bottom section, which is why it's not as clean. This entire floor here will be covered with conveyor belt blocks, which will guide them to this hole. Now, that hole drops down here, and I've got a carpenter's collapsible block just for aesthetics. But you can see its bounding box is just above my eye line. So you'll only be able to see their feet will drop down here, and I'll be able to whack at them. I should be able to... Yeah, okay, I have to whack at them above the block. But that's okay. They shouldn't be able to see me. Later on, we'll need this room underneath. Well, we can still use this room to get up there and slap a cardboard box on the spawner to stop it. And then we can go in through the door safely. But this will later be a auto spawner, and we'll need room down here for all the pipes and everything. So, and then this spot will be a grinder eventually when we're not doing it by hand. But, oh, in the back here, these holes, I didn't put any torches back here, I should do that. I will put fans from, I think, Open Blocks. No. What is it? Fan. And it's right here. Open blocks, yes. Put 3 of them there for when we need to do ghasts, because they fly and they don't really work too well in the conveyor belts. So the fans will push them here to the front, and the grinder will grind them up for their tiers. But I think first we're going to do the applied energistics to get that set up, because it's all ready to go, and that's where we left off last time. So I've got 7 inscribers here that I'm going to put down on these power cables I've already run through the floor. Oh, yeah, one other thing. You may have noticed that the farm has changed. I was just increasing my nether warts just a little bit. I didn't really need to do a lot. But I'll keep putting them down there. Just every now and then give me a few more. That'll be enough to keep me in all the nether warts I'm likely to need for a while. But we have these crystal growth accelerators, and they're not going to work with a nether wart. This one. For these, for growing the crystals for applied energistics, they grow very slowly if they're just tossed in water. You put these crystal growth accelerators around them, and they go much faster. But they do need power. So what I've got down here is my main power line, which I took down from going over the door and now go under it because I got plenty of it. Comes into an energy acceptor, which converts the RF power to applied energistics power, and that goes into the bottom of all these crystal growth accelerators. They have to be attached on this face, however you orient it, either the top and bottom if you place them vertically, or the sides if you place them horizontally. But yeah, they draw a lot of power, so it's suggested you put one of these, an ME toggle bus. I attach that to the energy acceptor and then put this piece of cable on it, because it's a multi-block. There's 2 things in this one space. And this is currently off because this is off. I turn this on and these things will light up. Turn it off and they'll go dark again. So this way we can turn them on and off as needed. And it's nice and tucked away on the floor there. Alright, so back to these. We need to get the rest of these parts out and then get rid of the chest. Now, the power's on the bottom of these. On the top, I'm going to put... Did I not make enough? I guess I didn't... Oh, no, I have more over here. This one? Somewhere over here, I thought I had more inventory cable. Actually, I just need 3. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Whoop. 3. And over in this space, I'm going to put the manager. Now, the manager is attached to the cable, and all the inscribers are attached to the cable. And there's going to be one more piece, and I'm going to put it here underneath, but yeah, this guy. Again, these adjustable chests are nice because they can open when there's something directly on top of them. And now that can also be accessed by the manager. Now we need to put in our presses. So we're going to put in our inscriber silicon. We're going to put in our logic, our engineering, and our calculation. They are in there, you just can't see them. There they are. Now, what we want to do is we're going to program all this to run by means of the inventory manager. What we're going to start off with is some silicon. Now, I made some by hand, but we would possibly need a lot of it. So let's move this sag mill up here, configure it to pull from the side. And there it goes. It's taking the sand that we've made using this cobblegen and pulverizer, and it's now turning it into silicon. It'll get 4 stacks here and then stop. So let's toss some in here. And what we want to do, now, if you've never used Steve's Factory Manager before, this will be a good tutorial for it. If you have, you can skip, or you can just see how I'm doing this. Either way. Now the basics of it are, you want a trigger. This is going to fire off once a second by default. We're not going to change anything in there. That's a pretty good time. All it's going to do is trigger off whatever is attached below it. Now the usual pattern you're going to do for a lot of simple things that this mod can do is input-output. So every second it takes something from somewhere and puts it somewhere else. That's all it's going to be doing. But you get a lot of controls about where from, what side, what stuff, how much, details about damage values and so forth. What we're going to do here is we're going to take from that chest. So here's the chest, and then here are all the inscribers. We're going to take from the chest. Now, here it's automatically selected down for me. What I suggest you do is go into User Preferences and check this box here. Automatically select one side for inputs, outputs, and conditions. Outputs will use the up, and the others will use the down. So this is an input, and so it's using down. Now you can go and activate any of these other sides you want, or deactivate them. But you always want something. And for chests, it doesn't matter. So it's nice to have that automatic, and you don't have to actually worry about the target. You just have to pick the inventory, and then pick the item. Now there's white lists and black lists. White list tells it what to select, what to, in this case, input, and the black list tells it what not to. An empty list with black will pick up everything. But we want it to just get silicon in this case. So we're going to type silicon here until we find the one we want, click it, and it gets it. Now, it's only going to put one silicon into the machine, because that's all it can take. We could right-click it and tell it just get one. And I'll go ahead and do that. But it doesn't matter, because the machine can only take one. And it will automatically limit itself to whatever the machine can take. So you don't have to do that step here. Now the next step is to put it into one of the inscribers. Now I want to put it in this one over here. This is where I put the inscriber plate for silicon right here. And if I look, it's at 1070, and that would be 1013. So you can see their IDs in here. So I want 1070, 1013. That's this one. See it? 1070, 1013. Now I want to put it not in the top. It has to go in the side. Any side, I think. And we want a blacklist so anything can go in. So when the input picks stuff up, it sort of sends everything it picked up to the output. Now the output will try and output everything it can. What it can't output would get passed along. But only things that will eventually find a destination will actually get picked up by the input. So it's sort of looking ahead to see what it's going to be able to get rid of, and only picks up those things it can get rid of. It won't pick up anything else. So I think this chain is correct. So now we can link these together. I always go from the bottom to the top, because once you link the trigger, it starts firing. So right over here, this thing is empty. It has the inscriber, has nothing in it. So this is a side slot here. This is the top slot, bottom slot, side slot. And this is where we want to put it. This is also a side slot, but it's only for outputs. All right, let's link it up. We have silicon in our chest. Whole stack. Link it up. Look in the chest. We're down by one. Run over here. It's in there. It's processing, and it's done. And it's starting a new one. All right, so we've already automated that one as far as putting stuff into the system. Now let's get those things out of there and put them back in the chest. So down here, I'm going to make another trigger. Now, to tell these apart, you can open this up, hit the T icon, and rename it. Silicon. Hit the little save icon, and now this chain is marked as being silicon. This one is going to be for the output of the silicon result, I forget what it's called. It's the intermediate stage there of just the silicon press. We're going to get it out of that same, let's see, let's move it over to get a little bit so we can see the names. 1070, 1013, that one. And we're going to get it from the side. And we're going to get the, we type in silicon again, printed silicon. And we're not going to tell it how many, which will mean get as much as you can. The output will be back to the chest, and everything else can be default because it automatically goes to a black list and automatically picks the upside, in this case, for an output. We can link these up, and now the chest should have all those printed silicons that we've been making. That one is now completely automated. So let's do the next one. Let's get some gold over here to my chest here and get... oh, I'll eventually need that much, so let's go ahead and toss it in. So let's make a new trigger. Now, if you just drag them around, you can put them anywhere you want. But if you hold down Shift while you're dragging, they sort of lock to a grid, which makes it really handy for keeping it nice and neat. And I sort of stagger them like this, because if you put them right underneath, they're either overlapping or there's a big gap. If you stagger them a little bit, they fit nicely. Alright, adjustable chest again is our source. Oh, we need to tell it... No, we just need to tell it what item. What we want is the gold ingots. As much as it wants. I'm not going to tell it just get one, because it's going to be limited to one anyway. And the output will be... Oh, let's get the location of that one. Alright, we're 1071, 1013. 71, 13. Up there, 71, 13. This one. And it's going to output whatever it's been given. Hook these up. And there should be gold in there, and there is not. Oh, we didn't tell it the side. It's important. Oh, no, actually, I didn't even hook it up. But I don't think I told it what side. Yep. It doesn't go in the top. It goes in the side. Now, notice when I had it no side picked, it comes up here with a little red exclamation point and tells you what's wrong. No direction is active. So we'll activate south. Now we can hook it up. We should see gold in there. And there is. Now we got to get its output out. So we can make another one of these, or in this case, what we can do is add the other inscriber to it and tell it also get out printed logic circuits. And now it should already be doing it. So now that chain is doing double duty for both of these. Now we're starting to get a number of different machines in here. It's time to get a little bit more organized. We're going to use variables. So I'm going to make a variable here. And they're all variables. All the variables are defined by colors. So we're going to just start with the first color here. There's white, orange, all the 16 colors of the Minecraft rainbow. And I'm going to set this one to be the 7013. This is our silicon press. And I'm going to... That's it. We're just going to name it. Silicon Inscriber. Let's change its color here at the end because that part won't be visible when you shrink it. So there's our silicon inscriber. Make another one. And we're going to change it to orange. And we're going to set the container to be the next one, which is our gold inscriber. Now, up here where we choose the output and the inventory, we were selecting the inscriber right here. But notice it's really hard to tell which one is which. So we're going to turn that off, and it gives you an error saying no inventory selected. We're going to show the variables by hitting this little V button. And now you can see silicon inscriber, gold inscriber. Well, this is the silicon chain. We want the silicon inscriber. Now it's going to work the same. And we can do the same over here to this guy. We're going to turn off, have nothing selected here. Nothing selected. Go into variables. This is the gold chain, which we haven't named yet. So we want the gold inscriber. So let's go ahead and name this. Gold. It's another variable we can create. This one, keep these nice. Well, I can't get them too tight together. This one will be purple. Actually, let's keep them next to each other for the moment, just so that we can see everything. And this will be the next machine, which is 7213. Containers. 7213, this one. Alright. And we'll call this one the Diamond Inscriber. Now doing this seems like overkill. I mean, we're just selecting it in one place here. Well, we're going to have to, if you want to expand your system in the future, or if you want to move it, these variables become very important. If you move it, if you break the manager block, if you break this guy, you'll lose all your programs. But if you use a cardboard box, the program stays intact. But it will lose which chest and container is which machine. Also, if you break the containers, like if I go over here and break this guy and put it back, it's now not going to work anymore because it lost the silicon inscriber. It no longer is. Once it was disappeared, anything that was pointing to it was cleared. And now that it's back, it's not put back in automatically. If you had that machine mentioned in various parts of your program, and now all of them are cleared, you'd have to go and find them all. But if you have just one place where it's defined, right here, now everywhere that's using that variable is now fixed. So that's important. Also, we may want to have more than one of each of these machines. We may want to expand this for speed and have extra copies of these 4 machines for making more circuits faster. In which case we can just add another, select another one to this guy and have 2 that are doing silicon, or 3 or 4. And we don't have to change any of the other pieces of program. So doing the variables does really help. So let's add the last one for the these guys. And this one, let's see, will probably be 7313. So this would be blue. Container 7313. This one. And this is our quartz inscriber. Might also want to make one for the chest. And actually you might want to make 2 separate ones for the same chest. I'll explain that. So we were to blue, so let's do yellow. This is the chest. This is the input chest. Now we're going to make another one. It is exactly the same, except it has a different name. And it's a different color. Also the chest. Oops. But this one is the output chest. Later on, when we've got this hooked into the applied energistic system for automatic ordering, having these 2 separate would be very handy. So now, to use these 2, this is the thing that gets to... Oh, there's one more we need. Actually, there's 2 more, but we'll get to those in a moment. So we have the silicon, we have gold, we have diamond, we have quartz. There'll be this one more, and then these two. This one, get a color that isn't being used. There we go. This one is all of the inscribers. Alright. We will need that one. This is all inscribers. So that's where we want to get all the outputs. So our inventory here is no longer that inscriber. It is now all inscribers. So since this guy is our outputs, we'll name him outputs. He's going to pick up from all the inscribers output and put it in the output chest, which I can now also select output chest. Then all we have to do here is add in the new products as we go. So we can do some of them right now, even ahead of time. The engineering circuit and the calculation circuit. We'll also be pulling out the final products, the logic processor, the engineering processor, and the calculation processor. So now anything that gets made in any of the inscribers that fall into those categories get put out into our output chest. Alright? Now the last variable we want to make is for the other side of our group of inscribers. This is where it's going to put everything together. So these are the assemblers, I call them. Give them a unique color. And the containers are going to be not the 73s, but the 72s. There should be 3 of them. 1, 2. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's the 12s. Yeah, this the Z value of 10, 12. So there should be 3 of them. Let's see, 12, 13, 13, 12, 13, 12, 13. Okay, so these are the 3 on the 12 side. So those are the assemblers. Alright, so we've got all of our variables set. Now here are the input. We don't want to be the chest anymore. We want the input chest. Same with this guy. Input chest. And these two are already set up to their variables for their outputs. Alright, so now we can finish making these programs. Let's slide them over a little bit to get a little bit more room. Oops. There we go. Alright, so we're going to do, this will be diamond, this will be quartz. So let's give them their pieces. And they're set up just like the others. And I could cut, but let's just show it now all together. This is the diamond one. And it's only going to get diamonds. Sides doesn't matter. Quantity doesn't matter. And this is going to go to... Oh, I did it wrong. This one, inventory, is not diamond inscriber. It's the input chest. So we're inputting from the input chest, outputting to the diamond inscriber. And the target is the side. So south in this case. Link these up and name it. There we go. This one is going to be the quartz. Input from the input chest. Input chest. Target doesn't matter. Items. We want the right Certus quartz. Was it pure? It was pure, wasn't it? Oops. Pure. Pure Certus quartz. And the output is to the quartz inscriber. And the side is the side. Hook that up. So now we should be able to stick some diamonds. Let's get 16 of those. And I made up a bunch of pure quartz using my crystal accelerators. So if we toss those two in there, we should see them appear here. They're going to squish. They're going to squish. There they go. And they got pulled out and put in here. So, alright, we're halfway along. More than halfway, really. There's only a few steps left to have this completely automated. Alright, next two. This one is going to be for redstone. No, let's do this one silicon. Then the next one redstone. Alright, so we'll call this one printed silicon. Okay. It's going to input from our input chest. And it's going to get printed silicon. So this is what we made from this chain. This chain made it and put it back into the input chest. Now we're going to take it out of the input chest and put it into the assemblers. Alright. This is all three of those back machines in one variable. It's going to go into the bottom, so turn off the up, put it in the down. So if we hook that up now, we should see silicon in all three of them. Alright, now they also need redstone. So we'll do the exact same thing, but this time for redstone. And we're going to be getting very close to being done. This will be redstone. Inventory, of course, the input chest. The item is redstone. Quantity doesn't matter. And it's going to go to all the assemblers, because they all three need it. And it's going to go, in this time, on the side, because that goes in the middle. Alright, hook these up. Now they should all have redstone in them as well. Oh, I don't have any redstone in the system, do I? I've got some on me. Let's toss it in. There they go, they all have redstone. Alright, now there's one thing I forgot. We need to add 3 more variables. Don't have to, but it works better if you do. Same as the silicon, gold, diamond, and quartz. We don't have to have those 4, and we don't have to have these 3, but it does help to have them. This is the logic assembler. Get an unused color. And the container, let's do this one at 7212. Container 7212, this guy. That's one of them. This one will be the engineering. There we go. Fresh variable. Container 7112. Okay. And the last one, calculation assembler. Variable. There we go. And it was this one. Alright, let's put these. So I think I want to put them down here so I have room for everything. And I'll just hand place them next to each other. There we go. Alright, the last 3 chains are to put everything together and get our final product. So let's set all three up here. This is, for the most part, using Steve managers like this, it's a lot of the same thing over and over again, so it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. Logic. Input. From the input chest, we want the logic circuit. And the output will be to the logic assembler. The side will be the up, yep, correct. So that's fine. The default is fine in that case. This one, oh, is it working? It's working, and it just made the final project and pulled it out, because our output thing works for everything. Alright, last two. You know how it's going to go here. Engineering. Input. Input chest, item, engineering circuit. Oh. And then this one, just have to pick the output, which is the engineering assembler. And it happens to have good defaults. That should be running. There it is. And the final one, and this is what with this one it's going to be completely done. Calculation, input chest, input location, input chest, items, calculation, and the output. Scroll down a bit. Calculation assembler. Hook them up, and we are done. Yep. Alright, this means that this chest, all we have to do is drop silicon, redstone, and gold, for example, one piece of each, and this system will automatically make a logic processor for it and put it back in this chest. This works for all three of them. Dump the raw materials in here and it will automatically make the final result and put it back in this chest. It's done. That's it. The entire thing is automated. A very simple way. Just dump it in here and you're done. All right, that's how I automate these guys. When you're ready to expand, you can just set a whole another set on top with more power from the top. It's better to do it as a wall, but I wish that one of these cables could pass RF power. That would be rather nice. But yeah, there we go. So I'm going to cut there, and we're going to go on to the next project for today. Be right back. Alright, we're running a little short on time for this episode, so I'm going to save some of the other bigger projects for the next, but this project chest, this we can have time for. I don't think I showed you what was in here before, but as you can see, my pickaxe and shovel are getting a bit worn down, so let's just go ahead and toss those away and get everything that's in this chest, and let's see what we can make with this. Now, we're going to start with the atomic disassembler here, which is that arrangement of parts. And I've got all those things here. That there, those there, not that one, and this there. Atomic disassembler. This tool is very nice. It does everything you need and it's fast. And it's actually adjustable speed too. I think if you crouch, right click, there you go. Slow, fast, vein, which will take out an entire vein with one hit, or off, in which case it doesn't do anything, or normal. But right now it has no power, and I need something to charge it up in. So if we're going to do that, we're going to do it in style. So let's make, from the same mod mechanism, a basic energy cube. So it's a steel casing, energy tablet top and bottom, iron on the sides. redstone in the corner. So that there. Redstone in the corners. And one of these top and bottom. There we go. Basic energy cube. But let's go a little farther. Advanced energy cube. Same thing, but with osmium and these things in the corners. So let's do osmium on either side. One of these top and bottom. And these enriched alloys on each side. Alright, let's keep going. I still got parts left. It's going to be gold now. Oh, I forgot the gold. Here. Gold. And one of these top and bottom. And these, I think, around the sides. There we go. Elite energy cube. But there's one step more. The ultimate energy cube. This one is going to take... What does it take? Diamonds. And I forgot the diamonds too. But I got them right here. Diamonds on the side. It takes one of these top and... No, does it take more of those? It does, and I need to make one more. Ah, I'm one short. That's okay, it's just gold and a few other pieces. So let's clear that. Go and grab 3 more gold. I forgot, I used it for the atomic disassembler. Alright, so we got some gold. Gold like that. I think redstone, and then 4 of those. Nope, got it backwards. Come on. Gold, there we go. Now I got 2 of those. Around our elite energy cube, with these in the corners, and diamonds on the sides. And there we go, the ultimate energy cube. And some stuff left over, which I will put away. Now I'm going to stick it probably right there. That seems like a good place for it. Pop. Oh, I got to put it so that it's facing... Let's see, use my wrench. There we go. Need to put it from the inside. Like that. There, that should be its input face. Oh, that's its output face. Alright, I'm going to put it in the wall there. It's been a while since I made one of these. Alright, so get that, put it here. So that's the output face there. Now it should be charging up. It's going to take it a while to charge, but it will charge this thing. Right? Yeah, there we go. So all our windmills upstairs are charging up pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. Could be faster, but could be a lot slower too. And we're done. There we go. We've got a nice tool now for digging. Let's run to the mining age and give it a test run. Are we going to fall through the world? Yep. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Alright, sort of normal speed right there. Let's see? But now we crouch, right click, slow, fast. There we go. That's so much better. I likey. What happened to that step? There we go. And we'll seal it back up. Oh, that's what I had for the step. That's alright. It's just a temporary cover. This thing has completely filled up. All 3 wood barrels are full. This is full. You know, it's probably spitting things out on the ground. It is. There's a huge pile of drops down here. And more coming even now. Whoa. I think I'm going to have to turn it off. Let's disable the power so that it should... Yeah, there we go. Shut off. I think even this thing is going to be full now, too. Oh, yeah. Alright, we're going to have to definitely come back and turn that on when we've got some deep storage available to hold it all. Because right now it's going way too fast for us. When that thing ramps up, it definitely goes very fast. Oh, though we do need, for the big reactor, we need a lot of charcoal. So I'm going to come back and put a barrel on top of this, and have it also output charcoal into the barrel, because we're going to need that. I'll do that off camera. Alright, well, we're going to wrap it up there. And it's Saturday, so I'm probably going to make... I'm probably going to make another episode right after this one. So you might get 2 at once, or I might save it up a day. In case there's a day I miss. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we still have some mob farm stuff to do. Down in the mob room. Which, I did get down there and show you that. Yeah, down here. So we're going to come in here and start placing down these. Let's see, I want them to face this way, right? Yep, arrow. Putting down these conveyor belts so that all the mobs go there, and I'll stick the blaze spawner right there once everything's floored over. And I'll probably start grinding through some blazes, get some blaze rods. I could do that off camera too, you don't have to see that, now that you've seen the basics of how to set it up so that everything's aiming for that spot. Alright, and I might also assemble that smeltery that I stole from the village. Finish it up, get it going. Because if you put ender pearls in there and pour it over sand, I think it turns into endstone. And we're going to need some endstone for soul shards. So we're definitely going to want to have a soul shard spawner to generate mob essence. But we'll get to that in a little bit in the next episode. So this is Nonsanity, signing off. See you later. See you next time. Oh, and if you're liking the Let's Play here, and it's only going to get more technical as we go along, lots more machines and strange contraptions to demonstrate. Tell people about it. I said this on the Applied Energistics 2 channel tutorial video. Liking is great, favoring is great, and all that stuff. Subscribing is great, but more than anything else, let people know it's out there, because that'll get them in more than just having some likes. Not that likes are bad. It lets me know you like it. Comments are great too. Let me know how if you're liking what we've got going here, anything I could do better, suggestions. I'm always interested. All right? All right, signing off again. This was Nonsanity. See you next time.